Hi, it's Cheryl. Welcome to my channel, Homeward Studio. Today we're going to be making only 2 DIYs, so it's a shorter video, and we're going to be making some scarecrows. So let's get right into it. So for the first DIY, we're going to make a scarecrow out of these popsicle sticks. These are not the smallest one, they're the next size up, the larger one. You see here I have one and it's kind of malformed. We're going to be using that. And I have some acrylic paint, and this is Decor in tan. And then this one, I'm sorry, it was blurry and I couldn't get it focused in properly, but it's called Traditional Burnt Sienna. We're going to need some raffia. Oh, and the popsicle sticks, you need 6 of them. Some buttons, some enhancements like flowers, leaves, pit berries, stuff like that, a Sharpie, a black Sharpie, and then a piece of orange felt. So now we're going to put this together, and we're going to take 5 of the 6 popsicle sticks and we're going to line them up, and I'm going to go ahead and paint them in the tan. But before I do that, I'm going to take that's going to be the rim of its hat, and I mark it off on an angle so we know where to start and where to end. So I'm painting this tan on the lower part, which is going to be the face, and I painted the sides and the bottom, and you can paint the back too if you like. And by the way, if you're a subscriber, welcome back. I appreciate you. You help me grow, and I try to give you my very best ideas as I can, make them as budget friendly and as easy as I can. And if you're not a subscriber, hey, why not subscribe? You're helping me out, and I'm helping you out by showing you some beautiful, cool, budget-friendly pieces. Anyway, back to this. So I painted the bottom in the tan, and then the top I painted in that burnt sienna. And I also painted the hat, or the edge, of the hat, or the brim, whatever you want to call it. And when that dries, just go ahead and hot glue it. Then when that dries, I flipped it over, and I just reinforced it in the back. But you're probably going to want to paint the back like right after you glue this other popsicle stick on. I would just paint it any color, it doesn't matter, because nobody's really going to be seeing it. And then I have 2 buttons, and they're exactly the same, and I'm just going to glue them on there for the scarecrow's eyes. And I drew eyebrows and I drew a mouth, and I'm sorry the footage got lost, but I just drew it on with that Sharpie there. I made them kind of look a little happy. And now I'm taking this orange felt, and I'm just going to cut a little triangle out, kind of round the edges a little bit, and glued it on for the scarecrow's nose. And I just made his mouth a little bit thicker so it looked like he's smiling a little bit more. And now you take the raffia, and I think I have about 7 or 8 pieces. I measured it about an inch below the bottom, and we're going to glue this on the back. But you see how I'm kind of like pressing it so it's flat, especially on top? That is so it will lay flat on the back here, and every piece will be touching the glue. So I went ahead and glued that down and held that down with my spatula from the Dollar Tree, and I did that to both sides. And then go ahead and trim it off. See, on the upper left hand part of the hat, it came up above the hat, so I had to trim that off too. Now just a little bit of burlap here. You can use material, felt, whatever you want. I just glued it on for some interest, just to embellish the hat. And then I have one of these flowers, and these are all pretty much from the Dollar Tree, except for the paint, obviously. And so I just hot glued that on, and I have these berries. They're just in my stash. And I'm gluing those on right there just to give it a little bit more character, a little bit more interest. And if the berries have like a little missing piece of the styrofoam, you can just dab some paint on it and you'll never tell. And that's what I was doing there. And this is what it looks like sitting on my buffet table. I really like this project. It was kind of cool for me. I love scarecrows. Let me know if you like scarecrows, because I have another really cool idea coming up too. So this is the next DIY and the last DIY. So you're going to need a little box from the Dollar Tree, any kind of box. I have that round one. You're going to need some ribbon, some enhancements, embellishments, buttons, the acrylic paint, which I don't use, and I'll show you why in a minute. You're going to need a mop head, a Sharpie pen, and then some felt in your choice of colors. I was going to paint that, but I thought the color was fine, so I ended up not needing to paint it, because that is going to be the scarecrow's face. And that's just the top of the box. So now you're going to fold that in on the felt that you choose, or the material that you choose, and I believe it was 8 inches on both sides. And then go ahead and cut that out so it's like a big diamond kind of. And then fold it in half, and then go ahead and hot glue just one side. Because when we're done, when it dries, we're going to take it and we're going to turn it inside out. So now it's dry, we're flipping it inside out. And this is going to be the hat, obviously. And we don't want that to come to a point. I mean, you can if you want to, that's fine, but I didn't want mine to come to a point. So I kind of pushed more of that back in. And the seam obviously is going to be in the back. So put that down for a bit and we're going to work on the hair. This is a female scarecrow. So I just took a piece of the mop here, pulled it out. You have to pull them out. And then I'm cutting 3 pieces for each side because we're going to braid them. So cut 3 of them or 6 of them the same length. And then we're going to glue them right on the edge of the box on the side. We don't want to see any of the box lid, and I'm just gluing the tippy top, as you can see there, not going down, because like I said, we're going to braid it. And we don't want to see the side. So just a little bit on top, and I did it on both sides. And it's okay if it goes over the top because we're not going to see it because we're going to put the hat over it. Okay, so now we're going to braid it, and braid it kind of tight, but don't pull too hard because you'll pull it right off the box. And as I'm braiding it, I'm smushing it up and pulling it down to make it longer and flatter or wider. And then I tied it off with some jute. And again, the same thing on the other side, and tied it off with some jute too. And I was going to make the bows out of the jute, but I decided to use ribbon instead. And then go ahead and trim those so they're even. And then I just glued those down. And now I'm just reinforcing them on top. And now I just had some ribbon. I bought a bundle of ribbon from Michael's, and they're all, I bought some for fall, but I also bought some for Christmas. But you get a ton of different choices, and I really like them. But you can use any ribbon. The Dollar Tree has a ton of ribbon. And Hobby Lobby does too, and I think it's cheaper than the Dollar Tree, the smaller, thinner stuff. So anyway, I just went and made a shoelace bow and hot glued it on the end of each braid. The hat, I just pushed that piece up and the seam goes in the back. And I fit it around the box. And now I'm going to put some little clamps there because I hot glued that hat in the back to the box. And then I finished gluing the hat around on the sides only. And now I'm making the same nose as I made earlier for the other scarecrow, just cutting a triangle and rounding off the edges and gluing the little nose on. And I glued it on upside down. And I have the 2 buttons for the eyes. Now you can make eyes out of felt. You can make them, you know, maybe white and then put a little dot of black in the middle for the pupil, but I just glued the buttons on. I thought they were cute. And then the same kind of mouth and then some little eyelashes. And I just drew those on. And I thought the top of the hat needed something, so I glued a little flower up there. And glued that closed. Now you can put raffia coming out of the top of the hat. I was going to, but I thought it was just too busy. I had pit berries there. I didn't use them. I didn't really like the way they looked. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to take the same ribbon. I had a little bit left, and I'm just going to glue it around the edge of the hat. And now I'm gluing a button on there. And that is it. Simple. And that box fits right on, so you can give this as a present to somebody with candy in it, or you know, whatever you want. It can be a shelf sitter. This is how it is on my buffet, and that's it. 2 quick and easy Dollar Tree budget friendly ideas. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for coming to Homeridge Studio. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. And I will see you soon. Bye.